The night has fallen. Welcome to the world of EduTales for Kids. On the vast, endless grasslands, under the bright shining sun, there lived a little lion named Leo. Leo was a very gentle lion. He loved listening to the soft whisper of the wind, brushing through tall grass, and watching the tiny wildflowers blooming brightly by the stream. But Leo had a secret, something special that he always tried to hide. It was his mane. Leo's mane wasn't like his father's or any other lion's in the pride. Instead of golden, thick, majestic fur, his mane was a bunch of bright, sparkling colors made of wild flowers. Yes, that's right. Wild roses, white daisies, tiny sun-yellow sunflowers, and soft, silky grass twined together around his neck, forming a fluffy, flower-like crown. When Leo ran, his flower mane swayed in the wind, spreading a soft scent of grass and blossoms, nothing like the smell of a king of the jungle. Leo felt really sad about this. He often thought, "Oh no, I'm supposed to be a brave, strong lion. Lions should roar loud and have golden manes." Every morning when he woke up, the first thing Leo did was look for big green leaves to try and hide the flowers that kept peeking out from his mane. He lowered his head whenever he passed by other lions, quietly sneaking into corners so no one would see him. In Leo's pride, there was a young lion named Max. Max had a thick, shiny mane growing in, and he was very proud of it. He loved showing off his strength and teasing Leo. "Hey, flower mane Leo, try roaring. I bet your roar smells like daisies." Max and his friends laughed loudly. The other lions just looked at Leo with puzzled, curious eyes and whispered, "Why does he look like he's wearing a whole garden on his head?" Leo felt a heavy rock pressing on his chest. He tried to roar, but the sound came out weak, blending into the wind. The harder he tried, the more embarrassed he felt. He ran and hid inside a thick bush. His flower mane trembled softly in the breeze, while his heart filled with wishes. "If only, just once, I could have a normal mane. I'll never be a proud lion. I'm so weird." The daisies on his mane seemed to droop sadly too. Leo felt terribly lonely. The whole wide grassland, yet there was no place for a lion with a mane of flowers. One afternoon, Leo wandered to a quiet corner by the stream, where cool stones lay and soft grass swayed gently in the breeze. He lay down, resting his head on his paws, while the flowers on his mane drooped quietly in the shade. He was thinking about how to get rid of all those flowers when suddenly, "Hey, you there!" A tiny, soft, cheerful voice called out. Leo jumped in surprise. Trying to hide his mane behind his paws, he looked around. Beside a bush of wild roses stood a little white rabbit with fur as soft as snow, staring at him with big, sparkling eyes. It was Lonnie, a gentle little rabbit who loved to sit quietly, drawing all the pretty things she found in the forest. You're talking to me?" Leo stammered. Lonnie hopped a bit closer. She looked at the mane where a few daisies peeked out and asked curiously, "Why are you hiding such beautiful flowers?" Leo's cheeks turned warm. He whispered so softly that Lonnie had to lean in to hear. "Because everyone thinks it's weird. I'm a lion, I shouldn't have flowers on my head." Lonnie blinked. She didn't laugh or tease him. She just smiled kindly. "Oh, I don't think so," she said. "I think it's gentle and beautiful." Leo froze. Beautiful? Gentle? No one had ever said those words about his mane before. Lonnie sat down on the grass and said softly, "Every day I look for the prettiest flowers to admire. Daisies by the stream are lovely, but they wilt. Sunflowers are bright, but they only grow far away. But you're the only lion who carries spring wherever you go. I think that's amazing. Your mane looks like a magical cloak woven from sunshine and morning dew." Slowly, Leo lifted his head. The white daisies and tiny sunflowers in his mane seemed to breathe again, stretching toward the golden afternoon light. Lonnie leaned in and took a deep sniff. "Wow, it smells like wild grass and honey from little flowers. I love that scent." Leo felt something strange inside. Not shame, not sadness, but a warm, light feeling spreading through his heart. He looked at Lonnie. Her eyes were so clear, full of real joy and wonder, no pretending at all. "Really?" Leo asked, his voice steadier now. "Really?" Lonnie nodded. "How did you do it? Do flowers grow from your mane, or did you put them there?" Leo explained softly that he didn't know. Ever since he was a cub, his mane had been tiny flower buds instead of fur, and they just grew with him. He said he always had to take good care of them so they wouldn't fall or wither. From that day on, Leo and Lonnie became best friends. Lonnie often came to visit Leo, and Leo was no longer lonely. They did many sweet, gentle things together. Lonnie helped fix the tangled flowers in his mane, trimmed the dry leaves, and sprinkled fresh water from the stream to keep them alive. Leo learned that his flower mane was actually useful. It gave cool shade on hot days, and when Lonnie was tired, she could rest her head on it. "Oh, it's as soft as a pillow of flowers," she always said. Thanks to Leo's mane, colorful butterflies and busy little bees were always buzzing around. Leo and Lonnie had their own little garden, the happiest, most peaceful place on the grassland. Leo no longer bowed his head. He started holding it high, his eyes shining with confidence. He realized his mane didn't make him less, it made him special. One afternoon, Leo and Lonnie were playing hide-and-seek in the tall grass. Leo laughed brightly, his flower mane bouncing as he ran. Suddenly, Max and his friends came by. Max stopped and looked at Leo's mane with his usual mocking grin. "Well, well, the little flower lion, still playing with that tiny rabbit? Real lions should be hunting." Max roared loudly, showing off his mane. Lonnie clenched her paws, ready to defend her friend. But then something surprising happened. Leo just smiled, a calm, gentle smile. He didn't roar back, didn't lower his head, didn't look sad. He looked straight at Max, then turned to Lonnie and said softly, "Your turn to count, Lonnie. Hide quick, I'm gonna find you." Max and his friends were stunned. They waited for Leo to get angry or upset like before, but nothing happened. Leo simply didn't care anymore. They glanced at each other, confused and a little disappointed that their teasing didn't work. Finally, they walked away quietly. Flower Mane Leo had won, not with strength, not with a roar, but by accepting who he was. Time went on. Leo was still Leo, the kind-hearted lion who loved flowers and carried a one-of-a-kind mane. Sometimes, the other lions still teased him, but now their words were just like the passing wind. Leo had Lonnie, his truest friend, the one who saw his real beauty. One day, Leo stood by a clear lake. He saw his reflection, a lion with a mane of bright flowers. This time, he didn't think he looked weird or wrong. He thought he looked unique, gentle, and most of all, truly happy. And Flower Mane Leo learned something very important. You don't have to be like everyone else to be amazing. Your beauty doesn't need the world's approval, only your heart's. and the love of true friends. From that day on, Leo the flower maned lion kept living happily, carrying a whole spring on his head, beside his lovely friend Lonnie, the little rabbit. And that's the end of our story. Sweet dreams, little ones. May your dreams be full of flowers and friendship.